Bro, y'all still giving me stuff? Hold on. Good morning, beautiful people. My name is Ayanna. Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, I'm gonna be giving y'all over 30 things that I've learned from my first semester at college. If y'all don't know, or you're like new or whatever, I'm already a college graduate. I have associates. I went to early college, but I am now attending North Carolina A&T. I'm a junior. Logistically, I am a junior. I asked my friends to help me out with this because I got to like 15 and I was stuck and I wanted to do more than that. So this is a mix between my thoughts and their thoughts, but I only took what I agreed with, which is pretty much everything because my friends are geniuses. So we are going to get started. So some of these are kind of like life lessons and some of them are kind of like just general stuff about college. Some of them pertain specifically to my HBCU, or I'll relate them to North Carolina A&T. However you want to take it, just take it, okay? All right, number one, keep your morals. Don't go to college and change who you are just to fit in. Okay, so before I got to college, if you know me, you know I'm not like a party girl. I'm not like an outdoors girl. I'm a stay in my room, listen to music, scroll through TikTok kind of girl. I've never been like a type to go out and be with a crowd or whatever. I was very shy, very innocent. And still am, but a lot of my family members were like, oh, you, or my friends, my high school friends were like, oh, you gonna get to college and you gonna go crazy, you gonna ham, you gonna do this, you gonna do that, yada yada. Even like my stepsister said it, and I'm like, dang, like half of me was like, y'all have no faith in me, and the other half was like, what the heck is college? Because am I gonna get there and go crazy? I, in fact, did not go there and go crazy. Just keep your morals. If you go to college and you don't smoke and you don't drink, do not get on a college campus to smoke and drink because everybody you know is smoking and drinking. Don't do it. Keep who you are. Don't change who you are just because everybody else around you is doing this and that, whatever. Be you, okay? Because you are the only you in the world. Speaking from the heart, be Fletcher. Oh, so my sub point for that was peer pressure is real, don't give in. If you thought peer pressure, well, it depends. Because honestly, I don't really think it's that bad in college. I know plenty of people who don't smoke or drink and have continued to stay that way throughout the first semester, myself included. But I also know plenty of people who smoked and drank before we got to camp and continued to do that thing, or didn't do it and did it when they got to camp. Whatever is your preference is your preference, baby. Just don't give in to peer pressure. Cause it's real. Number two, school comes third. This applies to me and all my, Jesus loving people out there. School is always number three. If you don't love Jesus, I'm sorry for you. Then school's number two. Number one is always Jesus. Okay. If you don't love Jesus, then ignore this point. Number one is always Jesus. Don't forget to interact with God. Don't forget to, watch your church on Sunday mornings, or even go to church, because I know my campus does and campuses around me do. They have churches that are around campus and they offer to take us on a shuttle every Sunday morning. And for whenever they have like Bible study or whatever like that. Don't take advantage of that, okay? Or do take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Don't forget to, just spend time with God, because that is very necessary for your emotional, mental, physical, everything well-being, okay? That is the glue that holds you together. Do not forget it, okay? Number two, or number one, if you don't love Jesus, I'm not judging you, is yourself. Because whether you like it or not, you come before school, all right? You was there before school was there. Please don't forget to take care of you. Because you can't be an academic scholar if you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Take care of you. School's always number three, okay? But that don't mean put it on the back burner. That means treat it like Steph Curry. And everything else comes before that. You know what I'm saying? Three, or like Chance, the rap. Okay, anyways. Number three, y'all know how like in high school, teachers would be like, oh, well, a college professor's not gonna let that slide, so I'm not going to either. They lied to you. Do you wanna know how much I've gotten away with? Mom, skip this part of the video. Listen to me. I had a history class this past semester, right? I went like 3 weeks without turning the work in, and he didn't say nothing to me. You wanna know what I did? I went on, because I was focused on all my other school work, because history went on the back burner, okay? The class was super easy, And when something is super easy to me, I either knock it all out in one go or I literally don't touch it. With math, I knocked everything out in one go. I was done with math. History, I just didn't touch it. I went like 3 weeks without doing work. He didn't say nothing to me. So I went on crunch time one day and read all the chapters that I needed to read, did my discussions, and I basically got like 100 on all 3 discussions, even though they were late. Some professors gonna be on your tail, but sometimes they just don't care, bro. So feel like your professor before you decide to do what I did, but don't let your high school teacher lie to you and be like, yeah, they're not gonna let that slide. They will. I slid on butter, baby, on butter. Okay, number 4, you have to put yourself out there, bro. Meet new people. Don't stay in your dorm. Okay, listen. If my roommate is watching this, Naya, baby, I love you. I'm gonna use you as an example. Okay, so my roommate, she was very like homebody like me, right? But when I got to camp, I had already had people that I knew, so I was always out with them. Now, my roommate was always in the room. She never complained about camp being boring or anything like that, but towards the end of the semester, she would start going out more, to the point where she was going out more than I was. And I could tell that she was having a better experience. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm not saying like just because you stay in your room you're gonna have a crappy college experience, but don't expect to have, you know, a college experience if you're in your room 24/7. Don't complain about camp being boring and you're in your room 24/7. Go, okay, this is an NCAT thing. Go to the stew, bro. There's somebody there. I promise you, there's somebody there 24/7. Go to the stew. Go take a walk. Go to the gym. Like, do something. Don't just sit in your room. Because college is for your education, but it's also for the experience. You're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. This is your time to live before you get hit with the real world, okay? We're now in this like middle ground where we're in the real world, but not really in the real world. Take advantage of this time. Have fun. Live. Go to a party. You know what I'm saying? Like, have just turn up. But make sure your priorities are straight. Okay? Okay. Pressure don't always make diamonds. Sometimes pressure makes you cry at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So what I mean by this is don't be so hard on yourself. Like, everyone's always heard the expression or said the expression, pressure makes diamonds. No. Sometimes pressure does make diamonds. You know, you got a bio exam in 3 days and you got a crunch for them 3 days. Pressure makes diamonds. You make an 80 something, 90 something on that exam. Pressure makes diamonds. But sometimes it don't. Don't be too hard on yourself. If things don't go the way that you want them to go, if something mishaps happen, like whatever, just keep going. And don't like restrict yourself so much. Don't hold yourself accountable to so much that you're setting yourself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? Don't put too much pressure on yourself is basically what I'm trying to say. Take advice from everyone, but don't always follow it. And I don't know if this is something that I've heard before or something that I pulled out of my brain, but knowledge is listening and taking everything into consideration. Wisdom is knowing what to listen to. You know what I'm saying? So knowledge is to say, if you got 3 people in front of you, no matter where they are, where they come from, what they do, and they're trying to give you life lessons, listen to every single life lesson. Wisdom is to take what you need and scrap the rest. Okay? That don't mean have active or selective hearing or anything like that. That means take everything into consideration and then take what you need and go. You know what I'm saying? Get that bread. Okay, surround yourself with like-minded people. Okay, so I'm gonna use my friends as an example again, but I'm not gonna use their names because I don't have permission for that. And yeah, so there's these 3 beautiful, wonderful, very, very good men that I know. They call themselves 131. And if you're watching this, love you. Okay, so when I first started hanging out with them, they were like cool, but they weren't like, you know what I'm saying? I could tell at least 2 of them we're gonna be very successful people because of how they carry themselves and how they talk. So I was like, oh wow, like these two are gonna make it somewhere in life. They will always, especially one of them. Okay, we got number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, number 1 will always give great advice. Like he's wise as heck, right? Number 1 and number 2, the way that they talk about literally everything, like you can just tell they're gonna be like successful people. Like you know it, not by looking at them, but by listening to them. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, I ain't know him like that, so I was just like, So they call themselves 131, and they have now banded together and started something that is the most beautiful thing in the world. And it's because all 3 of them are so invested in themselves and invested in each other, investing their time into things that they know are going to produce success, that the 3 of them together is the most powerful thing in the world. Like, surround yourself with like-minded people, because you can't be expected to hold yourself up 100% of the time. You're gonna need a shoulder to lean on or a hand to step on in one point in time or another. Surround yourself with people who not necessarily want what you want, but want what you want. Surround yourself with people who want to be successful because you want to be successful. If you're a small business owner, surround yourself with other small business owners, because you can learn a lot. If you want to major in psychology or social work or engineering or whatever, surround yourself with people who have either been on that path already or are on it with you, because that way you know you're not alone. You can't set yourself up to be alone. We were not meant to be alone. That was a Christian thing, but it applies, okay? Surround yourself with people who don't necessarily think like you, but think like you. I hope y'all caught that. Nothing is more important than your mental health, okay? Your mental health is number 2 or number 1. Just go back if you missed that part. Your mental health is so important, because I cannot tell y'all, the sky looks so pretty. Hold on. That is gorgeous. I freaking love nature. It's so pretty. Okay, anyways. Please try to be friends with your roommate, or at least like acquainted, but don't room with somebody that you already know or that you think you know well enough to room without actually seeing how they live, okay? I'm gonna start with the first part. I love my roommate. Like, that's my girl. I got really lucky because the way that I found my roommate was through a group chat, and it just so happened that she knows somebody that I'm related to. And I got a good word from my relative that she was amazing. But I roomed with her for orientation, and I was fine. The way she lives does not bother me. She's clean. She sleeps with air on, so I'm cold at night. I'm good with that. She don't snore. She's amazing. I love her. She shares, she cares, she lives, she laughs, she loves. I love my roommate. I got lucky. I've heard plenty of stories where roommates were trash and they had to move or whatever. Don't let that scare you, but just try to be friends with your roommate, or at least cordial at least, because this is a person that you have to live with for the next, 6-7 months. Suck it up for 7 months, please and thank you. And if you can't suck it up, then report that. Report them. if they're the problem. If you're the problem, get it together. Okay, so if you're like, oh, me and my best friend are going to the same college and we're gonna room together, that's cool. Have you had a sleepover with this person? Because if you can't live with how they live, we're gonna have a problem. I've known plenty of people. I've had plenty of good friends, plenty of great friends. I would never live with them though. I can't live like that. Sorry. And it's not a bad thing. It don't mean that your best friend is any less of a best friend, but that just means you can't live like that. It's okay. Please get to know your RA, or whatever they're called on your campus. I'm pretty sure it's universal. RA is universal, but that's resident assistant, I think. But I have no idea who I know who my RA is, but I don't talk to her like that. But this girl who is one of my friends / social work friend / we live in the same building, she talks to my RA all the time. Like, she knows my RA. I've had a few conversations with her and she's really cool. But I say this because I have been locked out of my room I've been locked out of my room twice. Actually 3 times. Yeah, I've been locked out of my room 3 times. The The first time was because my roommate thought I was going, she locked the door. The second time was because the door locked itself. And the third time was because the door locked itself. So if I didn't like keep in contact with my roommate, keep in contact with my RA, have any contact with my RA, if I didn't even like her like that and I just decided to distance myself, I would have been in trouble. Because I remember the second time I got locked out, I had to go to math class and I had just gotten out of the shower. So I was sitting outside my room with a robe on. I don't take my keys to the bathroom. I'm gonna be right back. I have PTSD now. I take my keys to the bathroom. Take your keys to the bathroom. But the door locked itself and I was waiting outside my freaking room for like an hour and I was like, oh my God, I gotta go to class, I'm gonna be late. Oh my goodness. I texted my RA, I was like, hey yo, I'm locked out. She was like, I'm on my way. She came, she unlocked the door, and usually it's like a fee or something. She didn't charge me because the door locked itself. Now, if I had locked myself out, then I might have got charged. But I didn't lock myself out. It wasn't my fault. It was A&T's faulty doors that decided to lock themselves. Anyways, make a master's list of your assignments if you can help it, so God. The beginning of the semester, I was smart enough because I've been doing this since high school. Make a master's list. Get all of your, if your teacher has all of your assignments on the syllabus, put all those assignments in your calendar, put it in your reminders, put it somewhere where it's going to remind you, hey, you have this due in so and so days. I put all of my assignments in Notion, and this semester I'm gonna do Notion, my reminders, and my calendar, just to make sure that I do not miss nothing, because it's so easy to be like, wait, we had homework due last night. Like, you don't want to be that person. You don't. Just make a master's list so you have everything for all of your classes, everything in one place, and you know when everything is due, you know when you have a project so you can work on it early, you know when you have homework so you can go ahead and get it out the way, because the less homework you have to do, the more you be outside. Okay, so this kind of ties into what I just said. Don't forget to have fun, but make sure your homework is done first, because remember, priorities. School is number 3. Social life can be wherever else you want it to be, but you're coming to college to get an education. It just so happens that the social aspect is beautiful. So get your homework done. Once your homework is done, then you can go out and party. Get drunk. Have fun. So what we get drunk. So what is movie? We don't do that. But if that's what you want to do, then do it. But make sure your homework is done first, please, because you don't want to be one of those people who got tons of memories, but you're a college dropout because you failed out of college twice. Okay? You spend too much money to be on that college campus to be failing. I'm just saying. Be yourself. Some of these are going to be repeats because I need you to hear me. Be yourself. Don't be nobody else. They already them. There's already one of them on the earth. Be you. Coming from heart, be Fletcher. All right. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much in your first semester. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so when I got here or to camp, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get me a job. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm glad I didn't, but I would have been able to handle it. But also it depends on your schedule and your time management and what you can handle, because I joined like 4 or 5 orgs first semester, and I did pretty good attending pretty much all the meetings. It was great. And I probably could have handled a job because I had a lot of free time despite having 6 classes. But just don't overwhelm yourself, because you need to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're like an out-of-state student, you need to readjust to the fact that, you know, this is no longer, like, this is my new home. Get used to your class schedule, get used to the homework that you have to do, and then you can start adding more stuff into your schedule. But don't overwhelm yourself as soon as you get to camp, because then it's going to be harder to readjust. I also apply that to like students who go, like in-state students, because I'm from North Carolina. I go to school in North Carolina, and I still needed to readjust. Like, it was a lot. I love them. Okay, really quick, I'm gonna change the setup because the sun is leaving and I don't want y'all to be like, where the heck did she go? Okay, we're back. where were we? Don't force anything. Just let life happen to you, but don't let it screw you over. Don't try to force a friendship. Don't try to force a relationship. Don't try to force any type of anything, because it's unnecessary. Just let life flow. And that's kind of like a life lesson too. Just don't try to force nothing. Just let God work his magic, okay? This is for all of my melanated people out there, all of my not people out there. Go to an HBCU. And if you're and you feel offended, I'm sorry, but go to an HBCU. The experience is like nothing I've ever experienced before. The community, the wholesomeness, just all of it, everything. Go to an HBCU. If you can help it. If you can't, that's fine. Go to a PWI, live your life. But my cousin, who goes to a PWI, we're not gonna say which one because we're not gonna, you know, slander any schools in here, but she hates it. And she always, to me, she's always like, yeah, don't go to a PWI, go to an HBCU, they're gonna treat you better. I'm like, well, nah. But yes, go to an HBCU 100% if you can help yourself. If not, then it's okay. Oh my goodness, please don't overpack. Coming from a person who, I don't overpack, I kind of overpacked, but I know how to organize my stuff where it don't look like I overpacked. But coming from a person who kind of overpacked, don't overpack. Bring the absolute necessities. Watch YouTube videos about what is necessary and what is not. Make sure you know what is allowed in your campus and what is not, and what you can get away with. And make sure you know like what your campus offers, especially with the place that you're staying in, like the dorm that you're staying in. Save your money before you get to camp, because Uber and DoorDash are gonna be your best friends. The amount of times that I've had to, Uber and DoorDash is gonna be your best friends, okay? Like literally. But don't eat all your money, because that's what the caf is for. That's what on campus, you know, like restaurants are for. Don't eat all your money, but save some money because you're gonna need it to eat. The amount of times that I DoorDashed during freaking first semester, I might as well get a dash pass. I probably will, but save some money. You're gonna need it, especially like if you go to an HBCU for like concert tickets and, you know, GHO. If you go to if you're going to NCAT, you're gonna need money for GHO, all that stuff. Like, save your money. If you feel like college is not for you, then do not continue doing it, because that is one, a waste of your time, and two, a waste of your money, and a waste of your energy. Like, if you really like, yeah, this college thing is not for me, then don't do it. You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. Just don't do it if you think it's not for you, because it's not fair to yourself, and that's not fair for the people who are paying for your college education. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's okay. That's okay. Not everybody goes to college. This is a tip from one of my friends. Please look on Rate My Professors for your professors, okay? My first semester, none of my teachers were on Rate My Professor, except for my math teacher, and everyone was like, yo, she's trash. She was not. I passed her class with an A, but I also never interacted with her. So yeah, and I was also in a math class, so y'all know that was easy for me. But look on Rate My Professor, because they're gonna tell you something. You know, we don't lie. Make friends with people who are in your class. Join the class group me's, okay? Join the class group chats, but make friends with these people, because it's gonna come in handy. Y'all know the amount of times that I did not go to bio class and I had to hit somebody up like, hey, yo, what we do today? Let me see your notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to make friends in my bio class, especially like with our group projects that we had to do. Those people were so cool. They were great people. Love those people. And it's so easy to connect with them. Like, hey, what's your Instagram? What's your Snapchat? What's your TikTok? Whatever you want to ask for. But actually, like, be friends with people that you would actually be friends with, and don't just befriend these people for your benefit. Because just like you ask somebody else, somebody's gonna ask you. Oh, another thing that I did not write down, please have some kind of note-taking system, because you cannot get through college. Well, you might can, but there is a small chance that you can get through college without taking notes, or without having some type of recall system. whether that be the notes that your professor gives you or notes that you take yourself. Like, have some type of system. With me, like for bio, in the beginning of the semester, I would take my own notes. I would read the chapters like I was supposed to, take my own notes. It was all peaches and cream. And then I got lazy, so I stopped taking notes. But I would use the notes that he made for the class to study instead of just taking my own. So make sure you have some kind of note-taking system. Another one that I didn't think of, make sure you have some type of organizational system. You need to have some type of place where all of your stuff is in one space, because you don't need to be looking for a class assignment at 11:58 that you did 3 days ago but forgot to turn in because you didn't have the time, and it's due at 11:59 and you're on your laptop and the assignment's on your iPad. Make sure you have all your stuff in one space. Learn how to take an L and keep going. This also came from a friend, but I 100% completely agree with this. I was one of those girls who came out of college. I made A's and B's my entire life. I mean, out of high school, but out of college too. I made A's and B's my entire life. I got 1 C in my life, and that was in music appreciation. I'm gonna tell you a story. This is something I don't even think my mama knows, so mom, if you're watching, skip this part. So, I'm not good at like sciences. That's not my strong suit. I had to take bio this past semester, and we had an exam, right? Our very first exam. I was like, oh, I got this. It was not open notes. He made the rest of them open notes after that, but the first exam was not open notes. So I'm like, okay, I got this. This is easy. Peasy lemon squeezy. Did the exam, turned the exam in, grade came back immediately, made a 62. It was not a great feeling. I'm like I said, I'm one of those kids who made A's and B's her entire life. A 60, but I've never seen a 60 anything in my life. What the heck is that? And why are you in my face? No. It was very humbling. And I passed all the rest of them with like 80s and etc. But I was like, oh, that's a great start to the semester. But you know what? I didn't let it crush me. I didn't let it bring me down. I took the L and I kept rolling. You're gonna take a lot of L's in college. Just take them and keep rolling. Like, you cannot afford to stop, literally. This kind of bounces off of the point that I just said. Don't think just because that you were an AB student in high school that you're gonna be an AB student in college, but also don't think that this is impossible. I've heard a lot of people say that they like A honor roll, AB honor roll, like their entire high school career, and then they got to college and had the mindset of C's get degrees because of like the way that their grades were going. But I kind of thought that way too, honestly. I wouldn't let bad grades get to me as much as I would in high school. But I also finished the semester with 4 A's, a B, and I made the chancellor's list. So I'm saying don't stress about the bad grades, but that doesn't mean like do the bare minimum either. Like, work for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still maintaining my AB honor roll status, and we will maintain it through my freaking PhD. We got this. Okay. Join group chats, but no, they are not going to last. Do you know how many group chats I was when I like before I got to NCAT? Like 6, maybe more. Actually, it was definitely more. Most of them flopped in the first few weeks. Some of them, one of them actually keep in touch all the time. Through 2 of them semi keep in touch, and one of them the other ones died, but one of them was like, it's hanging by like a singular thread. But join them, because that's how you meet people. That's how you can kind of be better acquainted when you get to camp, so you're not looking like everybody's a stranger, but you know some people, because those people introduce you to more people, and more people introduce you to more people, and you'll just live life to the fullest. Like, join group chats, but don't be like crazy if they don't last, because typically they do not. But join them anyways, because that's how you meet cool people. I met my closest friend in a group chat. Love you, Chad. Okay, so this is for my homebodies. Make the most out of your room. Like, go all out for your room if that's what you want to do. Towards the end of the semester, I was in my room a lot. Honestly, like, I'm a homebody, so I like to sometimes I just like to be by myself and throw myself a little dance party, whatever. So if you're like me and you know you're gonna be in your room, make the most of it. Like, spend that money, buy that headboard, buy those lights, buy that expensive freaking comforter, because you're gonna be in your bed. Like, do it, because make your room your home, or at least your half of the room is your home, because that's your home now. That's where you're gonna be spending your life for the next 3 months, and then 3 months again. Like, just make the most. Well, 5 months, because January, February, March, April, May. Yeah. August, September, October, November, December. 10 months. Dang. But yeah, make the most of your room, because I did. I'm gonna give y'all, I was supposed to give y'all a tour when I first moved in, but I did not film, and it took me weeks to get my room together. My room is now like the perfect room. I freaking love my room. Both sides, but especially mine. And I'll give y'all a tour when I get back. If you know that you cannot concentrate in your room, don't try to do your homework in your room, please, because I was one of those students who tried and failed miserably. Unless, like, the only way I could do my homework in my room was if it was history homework and my roommate was gone, because then I could like read out loud and talk to myself as I pleased, or talk to the book as I pleased. But don't try to do your homework in your room. Take advantage of the library, go somewhere, do it outside if it's warm enough. Like, don't try to do your homework in your room if you know you can't. And also, don't try to do it with your friends, because most of the time your friends are gonna say, hey, let's have a study sesh, and it's not gonna be a study sesh. Y'all gonna be there for hours, but you ain't gonna be doing homework. So unless your friends are like for real, because I've had some study sessions that were actually like study sessions, but I've also had study sessions that were not study sessions at all. So just be aware, and when you know you got work to do, get it done. But just make sure you know you're in a productive environment or surrounded by productive people. Have a good support system on camp and off camp. On camp, have a good support system. You're gonna need people. And this comes with, you know, putting yourself out there, networking, all that stuff. Get to know people, that like everything. Like, you're gonna need a support system in school, but outside of school, you gotta make sure you have a good one. Don't go to college because your dad is paying your tuition and that's all you got. Like, you're gonna need help. And know that you're gonna need help, okay? Expect the unexpected. Life is never gonna go the way that, you know, you planned it or you wanted to go or whatever. Just expect the unexpected. Whatever happens, happens. It's okay. Brush it off or pick it up and let's go. Oh, okay, so these next two, say yes all the time. Literally all the time. Your friend says you up and they wanna go see a movie, say yes. Do you have the money for it? Probably not, but you know, it's okay. Take the money out of the savings. Say yes, go to the movies. Say yes to going to that party. You never know. You could have so much fun. And that's a big part of college. It's just getting out there for the experiences. Say yes. Next point, say no. All the time. If your friends are like, hey, you wanna go to this party? And you know you got a project due in the morning, do not go. Say no. Know when to say both. Like, know when to say no and know when to say yes. Follow your heart and your gut. They know you best. They've been with you since you popped out of that womb of your mama's. Follow both of them and have fun, okay? Just like, trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust your discernment, okay? Because nobody knows you like you. Come to college with an open mind. That is 100% necessary. Don't come to college thinking that you know everything that's gonna happen, or you have an expectation, because you have no idea what's gonna happen to you, bro. You can watch as many videos on YouTube as you want. You can watch as many advice videos, as many dorm tours, but you are not gonna know. Make every grade feel like the only grade, so you could try your best on every assignment. You know how like people be like, live every day like it's your last. Treat every assignment like it's the last. Treat every assignment like it's an exam, so you know that you do your best. Because if you go to college and you just do the bare minimum and you scrape by, what does that mean to you? You probably shouldn't even be there, but what does that show you? You just gonna scrape by your whole life? Don't answer that. Treat every assignment like it's an exam. Treat every assignment like it's the last. So you know you do your best. Give it your best. I was gonna say your all, but not your all, but your all. Know everyone's contact info. This is so important. And I don't mean like your friends or whatever. Forget them. Know your university's contact info. If you need to reach admissions, do you have that number on speed dial? No, you don't. Get it. If you need to reach the health center, do you have that number on speed dial? No. If you need to reach university PD, do you have that number on speed dial? Do you know your RA's number? Do you know the building, like the dean of your college's number? Like, have everybody on speed dial, not speed dial, but have everybody's contact information so that either when you need it, you got it, or if somebody else needs it, you got it. Either way, you got it. Just please know their info, please, because it comes in handy. I got tired of looking up NCAT in my Safari every day, trying to get somebody's number, especially during the summer when I was consistently in contact with the administrative office because they was making me mad. Save them numbers, please. Take advantages of the resources on camp, like study rooms, resume readers, stuff like that. We get an email every week talking where they have like resume drop-ins every Wednesday or something like that, where you can take your resume to somebody, have them read it over, and then tell you what you need, what you don't need, what you change, whatever. Take advantage of stuff on camp. You need some place to study? Book a study room. Go to the library and sit by yourself. Go to the third floor, the quiet room. This is me talking about NCAT now. Go to the third floor, the quiet room. Knock out all your homework. Take advantage of everything on camp. Read all of your emails, okay? Because you never know. And they give out volunteer opportunities too, and you need those. Like, take advantage of everything that they give you. As soon as you hear free, run to the free, not from the free. The amount of times that I've got a bunch of stuff because NCAT just decided to be free. Like when Tracy came to our school, the ticket for that thing was free. They sold out in like an hour, maybe less. The ticket for it was free. And you got to sit with Tracy. The ticket for whatever Jermaine Dupree showed up for, I'm pretty sure was free. And that's Jermaine. That's JD for free. You know what I'm saying? Just our homecoming game, I'm pretty sure that ticket was free for us. You wanna know who showed up? Chloe. Just take advantage of free stuff. I've gotten so many shirts, everything. Just take advantage of the free. They give out everything, okay? No matter how scary it might be to you when people are weird, check them immediately, okay? People are weird, and the second you let something slide, it's over. And that means whether it's to you or someone you care about. My sub-tweet to that was don't be a doormat. I had this, when we first got to camp, I had this gut feeling about somebody. And I just thought it was crazy because everybody was like, no, you're wrong. They're perfectly fine. Time goes on, everybody then realizes I was right. Trust your gut. This is another trust your gut, trust your heart, trust your intuition, trust your discernment, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, you're not wrong. Don't be afraid to tell somebody about themselves because you don't want to seem like the mean one or whatever. Let them know. This is a real world, bro. Like, you can't get by doing what you just did. But check them respectfully. Don't be rude about it. Check them respectfully. But just let them know, hey, yo, you're wrong. And if they take it the wrong way, they take it the wrong way. If they do, let them have it. Like, it is what it is. And don't be a doormat either, because this is coming from somebody who is literally a doormat. Don't be a doormat. Like, learn self-discipline, learn to have boundaries, learn when to say no. Don't be a doormat. Don't let people walk all over you because you want to be liked or you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or anything like that. And this is, like I said, coming from a doormat. Don't do it. And my last tip of the day that I can think of, time management will bring you further than you think. And that is so true. Manage your time wisely. Like, that just ties into everything. Despite college, this is a life lesson. Manage your time wisely. Get a calendar. Use Google Calendar. Use iCal. Anything. Manage your time. That way you can get stuff done when you need to get it done, and now you have more free time to go out and party and do whatever you want to do. Like, manage your time wisely. Schedule your self-care. Schedule your morning routine, your night routine, your lunch. Schedule everything so you know what you have in front of you, so you know what what lies ahead in the day, so you're not sitting here looking stuck. Because if you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't know what to do today, and you got 4 assignments past due, you have a problem. Schedule your time wisely. Time manage the heck out of your life, because that is the only way you are going to survive, not just in college but also in life. That is all of my tips. That is all I can think of for right now. I don't think they sent me anymore, but I can't look because I'm obviously on that phone and not this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I ran out of storage, but put some tips down below. I love you guys. See you next Sunday. Deuces.